Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. In the last episode, after spending a couple long hours grinding for Gil by killing the Adamantos in front of Eden Hall at the Leviathan Plaza area, we finally got enough Gil to upgrade our main character's ultimate weapons. So I'm going to quickly go over my accessories before we head into the final dungeon of the game. For Lightning, we have the Omega weapon, fully upgraded, Adamant Bangle, Aurora Scarf, and Sprint Shoes. For Vanille, we have the Nirvana ultimate weapon, fully upgraded, Survivalist Catalog, Speed Sash, and Sprint Shoes. Finally, for Fang, we have the Kane's Lance ultimate weapon, fully upgraded, 2 Speed Sashes, and Sprint Shoes. Also, we progressed our characters down their Crystarium so that they maxed out their primary roles at Crystarium Stage 9. And we advanced them far enough down their secondary roles so that they all learn their level 2 role level crystal. And that's for all characters. All their secondary roles we progress far enough so that they learn their secondary or second role crystal, making their secondary roles to level 2. Alright, so once you've taken care of all that, if you have any questions about how to get enough gil so that you can upgrade your weapons into their ultimate forms, you can check back on the last couple episodes. I show you there's 2 different strategies you can use. You can use the sacrifice strategy where you kill the sacrifices in Eden Hall, or you can use the Adamantos where you use Vanille's death spell to kill Adamantos. That can be found in the Leviathan Plaza area of Eden. I have strategies for both of those if you would like to check that up. The sacrifices, you'll make more gil and it's more consistent, but if you get lucky with the Adamantos is all about luck. If you get lucky, you'll make way more gil with the Adamantos. But sometimes you'll be unlucky and you won't make as much gil as you did with the sacrifices. But yeah, you can check that out, and if you want to know how to upgrade or you have questions about upgrading, check back on the last couple episodes. I explain each weapon in a different episode in detail. I go in depth about it. And if you have any questions about the accessories I have, I cover all that in detail. If you want to know how to progress your characters down their secondary roles, check that as well. And yeah, we just defeated the boss Proud Claude, which is back here. So you can actually backtrack from here. I didn't think you could, but you can. If you want to go back and get more gil by killing the sacrifices or the Adamantos, you can. So yeah, we're at the Eden Hall, at the last area of Eden Hall, directly in front of the elevator. So after we beat Proud Claude, we got the Eden Pharmaceuticals, which opened up the 13th shop at the save point. So now you can buy Agizols, Deceptizols, and Fortizols from a shop if you want. And yeah, so we're going to be heading down into the final dungeon of the game. So if you guys are behind on CP, or if you don't have the ultimate weapons crafted yet, I would highly suggest to devote some time into that. You don't really need the ultimate weapons to beat the game. It's just that after we beat the game, we're going to have to keep grinding for more gil so that we can upgrade the accessories. So if you don't upgrade the weapons now, you're going to have a lot of farming to do for gil, and it's going to get really boring. So it's better to spread it out, you know, do the weapons first, and then you're going to be tired of killing the Adamantos or the sacrifices, and you're like going to be like, I just got to play. So get the weapons done. That way when you're tired of grinding for gil, you can continue with the main story and beat the game. And then you can come back and finish grinding for gil so that you can upgrade your accessories. So spread it out. That way you're not doing it all at once and you get bored. Because that's how a lot of people, they get bored and they just quit playing because they're doing the same thing over and over and over. So it's better to spread it out. I do the ultimate weapons first, and then after I beat the game, I do the accessories. Alright, so once you're fully prepared, go ahead and board the elevator. and go ahead and choose to descend into the heart of Eden Hall. You'll be asked to save your game, and then that's it for Eden Hall. We're now in the Orphan's Cradle area. So by descending the elevator, you've officially completed chapter 12, and we're now on the final chapter of the game, chapter 13. Alright, so once you're at Orphan's Cradle, go ahead and head up the stairs. And head to the destination marker for a scene.
Where's the cavalry?
If they made it this far, we'll see them soon enough.
Whoa.
Not them two. They were all Seath.
This is it. A lot of dreams died to get us here, and we can't let it be for nothing.
You said it. It's not just our future we're fighting for.
We'll do it for everyone. Fal'Cie rule ends here.
Daisley, we're coming for you!
Alright, so after the scene, you'll be in the final dungeon of the game. We're now at Orphan's Cradle, the Tesseracts. Directly in front of you is a save point. So if you check out the shops, you'll get another update. We can now purchase in the Plutus's workshop the Antar Deluxes, Rebel Heart, Otisher Vani, and the Punisher. So if you remember back a couple episodes ago, whenever I was talking about duplicating your traps to hydrants, if you want to duplicate your traps to hydrants using the cheapest weapon to fully upgrade, the Punisher is the weapon. So if you didn't get it out of a treasure ball earlier and you've been holding on to your traps to hydrant, you can purchase it now in the shop for 31,000 gil. So if you want to know the strategy on how to triplicate your traps to hydrants, if you have 1,700,000 gil and you have one traps to hydrant, you can turn your one traps to hydrant into 3 by fully upgrading the Punisher and dismantling it, and it'll give you 3 traps to hydrant. So that'll save you almost $4.5 million. So again, if you have one traps to hydrant, I would highly recommend to buy the Punisher and fully upgrade it so that you can turn your one traps to hydrant into 3. For details and specific details on how to do that, you can refer back to the duplicating traps to hydrant episode, and I cover that in detail. Alright, so if you already did duplicate your traps to hydrant, then good for you. That's awesome. You're up to date. That's very awesome. Go ahead and buy one Punisher because we already used our one Punisher that we got out of the treasure ball. So you're going to want to make sure you have at least one Punisher. And if you missed any other weapons along the path, you can buy them here. Alright, and don't forget, Eden Pharmaceuticals will sell you Fortizols, Agizols, and Deceptizols if you need them. Alright, so after you're done checking the shops, not too far from you, you'll see a couple groups of enemies. Let's go ahead and get them out the way.
Follow my lead! Take this!
Alright, so it's important to take note that defeating sacrifices will drop the rare upgrade crystal, Scarletite. So if you need to farm some Scarletites, I suggest to keep fighting the sacrifices because they have a high drop rate of that. Alright, so it's also important to take note that if you're going for all enemy intel in the game, you're going to want to make sure to Libra all the enemies you encounter here. Because once we beat the game, most of the enemies that you find here will be gone. So if you're going for all enemy intel, make sure that you Libra all enemies in this area. Because once we beat the game, most of the enemies found here will be gone. Also, it's really important to take note that the sacrifices that you'll be seeing a lot of here have the death spell. So you're going to want to be really quick when you take them out, because if they cast death on your party leader and it hits, you're going to face a game over. So if you're having trouble taking out the sacrifices, I suggest to make a paradigm with 3 Sabotars, and it's called Infiltration, Saboteur, Saboteur, Saboteur. If your current battle team does not have access to Saboteur rolls, all 3 of them, then I suggest to put some time into CP grinding so that you can develop them far enough down the Saboteur roll so that they reach their roll level 2 for Saboteurs. And then make a Paradigm Infiltration with 3 Saboteurs and make it your active Paradigm. That way you can fully debuff the sacrifices with Deprotect and Deshell. Then switch to Relentless Assault or Aggression and you'll be able to take them out really quickly. So it's getting to the point where we need to debuff even the regular enemies in order for a quick and easy win. So make sure you put some time into dedicating your character's secondary roles if you haven't already. Alright, so with all that information taken care of, let's go ahead and take out the other group of sacrifices.
On your target acquired. Get out of there.
Alright, so if you guys are wondering how I got 6 ATB segments, it's because of the ultimate weapons I have equipped. Once you craft the ultimate weapon for each character, it will increase their ATB gauge from 5 to 6. Alright, so one final tip before we head off. It's the enemies found in this area tend to inflict a lot of negative status ailments on your party. So if you're using lightning as a leader, I would highly suggest to equip the ribbon, because it increases all status ailment resistances by 25%. So this will help you out, and being able to withstand some debuffs by the enemies that they'll be throwing at you. If you don't know how to get the ribbon, or you don't have it, we can't get one here. It can be found on Grand Pulse. You can either dig up the treasures with a chocobo. You need to dig up 20 treasures, or you can complete, or you can fight the flowering cactars and obtain them as rare drops. More information on that is back in the previous episodes, so if you don't have a ribbon, check that out. But yeah, the enemies in this area will really inflict a lot of negative status ailments on you guys, so it's highly suggested to equip the ribbon to your party leader. Alright, after you clear out all the enemies, go ahead and proceed towards the destination marker. When you get there, you'll get a scene.
That looks like a gate to Grand Pulse.
A last gift from Bartandalus?
If we're gonna run away, now's our chance.
So, guys, which way we going?
Alright, so after you head to the destination marker and you get the scene, the layout of the dungeon will change. And this will happen quite often in this area. Each time you reach a destination marker and activate a switch, it'll change the layout of the dungeon, creating new paths that may lead to new treasures and new destinations. Alright, so you're now standing at a 4-way intersection. Directly ahead of you is a teleport gate that will lead you to the area just before the final boss. The gate on the left will lead you back to Grand Pulse, so if you need to go back to Grand Pulse for anything, you can go there now. I highly suggest to get the ribbon accessory. If you don't have it, you can go to Grand Pulse and get it. For information on how to get the ribbon, check back in the previous episodes. Finally, the gate on the right will lead you back to Eden. So if you want to go back to Eden to grind for Gil and upgrade your weapons or get some CP, you can head back to Eden, and I got all sorts of strategies on how to get Gil and how to grind for CP. Alright, so with all that taken care of, once you're ready, go ahead and turn around and proceed back the way you came. Once you're back at the starting area, turn left and jump over the gap. We're going to explore this part of the final dungeon first because it leads to a couple treasure balls. So go ahead and keep following this area back and then jump down. Remember, we're going to be fighting all enemies that we come in contact with for the CP. So it's very important to take this path first, because if we don't get the treasure balls now, the next time the dungeon shifts, we won't be able to access this area. So we need to take this path first to get all the treasure. So go ahead and turn left and you'll find a group of enemies. Alright, after you take them out, turn right and jump down to the lower area. Here you'll spot a Valco motorcycle enemy, Aquila Velocycle. Let's go ahead and take care of him. So the Aquila Velocycle has 282,500 HP. Now, when fighting this guy, you're going to want to be very careful because he'll start charging his main cannon attack, which hits everyone for massive damage. So in order to stop it, keep attacking, and if you can stagger the enemy before he uses the attack, you'll succeed in stopping the attack. So he charges it for quite a while, and it should give you ample time to stagger him. Alright, after taking care of that guy, go ahead and continue along the path. And go straight ahead to take out another Aquila Velocycle. Alright, after taking care of him, continue to the dead end path and you'll find a treasure ball. Go ahead and open that up for a libroscope. Now turn around and jump up the path to the right. Continue jumping up and once you reach the top, head left. Here you'll find another enemy guarding a treasure ball. Now this guy's not too bad, but he does have quite a bit of health. The Magrum Thresher. So again, if you want all enemy intel, making sure you liver this guy.
Let's wrap this up.
The Megrum Thresher has 1,017,000 HP.
Thank you.
Alright, after you take him out, you can open up 2 treasure balls. The one on the left contains a cherub's crown. And the one on the right contains a nugget of millerite. Alright, so that's all the treasure for this area. Go ahead and jump back down and return to the central area we eventually broke off from. Alright. So once you're back at the starting area, go ahead and smolter the enemies.
Follow my lead.
Alright, after taking them out, go ahead and take out the remaining enemies on the other side.
Target acquired.
Take it up a notch. Now!
Alright, so after taking care of the enemies back at the central area, go ahead and save your game at the save point. And that's going to conclude this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. I'll see you guys next time where we continue further into the final dungeon of the game, Orphan's Cradle, and collect a couple of treasures along the way. See you guys next time on the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII.